Hey guys, my name is Chantel. Welcome back to my channel and thanks for hanging out with me today. So today we're going to talk about Haikyuu chapter 338. So let's go ahead and start off with one of the biggest things in this chapter, and that is we finally got to meet the little giant. I personally didn't expect to get to see him so soon. I expected to see him maybe down along the line. I don't know. So seeing him just pop in now of all times really had me surprised, and I don't think anybody else expected it either, because holy crap was I shook. Do people even say shook anymore? I don't know. I'm saying it though, but whatever. Besides me freaking out about the former little giant, we do get to find out a little bit more information about him. We don't know his name, which someone pointed that out and I was like, oh yeah, that's right. We don't know his name. Huh, interesting. But besides his name, we do get to find out like what's he up to and all that good stuff, and we finally get to see like what kind of character finally this little giant is, and he definitely wasn't what I was expecting. He is just this very sweet and soft little cinnamon roll that I absolutely love. Like, I immediately fell in love with him. I love him. He looks so freaking adorable. Seeing Hinata's interaction with him was very cute at first, because he calls him Mr. Little Giant, which I thought was really cute. But also, as I said, this is a big moment for Hinata. This is his idol, someone that he strived to be like, and the reason why he picked up volleyball in the first place. So he was able to tell him that, and the little giant was like, oh wow, like, I'm flattered. That's awesome. But as he's talking to Hinata, we learn that he no longer is playing volleyball, and that apparently the other colleges didn't really give him that many offers. Like, he didn't really get much. There's that, and then also because he says that he wanted to do other things besides volleyball, which is really interesting. I think everybody maybe expected that he would have been still in volleyball or somehow connected to it in a way, so this was kind of surprising, and I was kind of like, what? Even Hinata was kind of like a little bit shocked, I guess, to hear this. But seeing Hinata's reaction at the end of this chapter was, I don't know, like, he definitely doesn't seem like he's bugged about this, but there's something there that he's just, I feel like he just is more determined than ever for some reason. And I have a feeling that maybe, you know, the former little giant, seeing Hinata play will maybe spark an interest in picking up volleyball again. Who knows? That's pretty much all I really have to say with the former little giant, besides like his interaction with Tsukishima's older brother. It seems like they were kind of close, which I mean makes sense because they were on the same team, but I don't know why, I just didn't expect them to be kind of close, or maybe like the little giant didn't even know about Tsukishima's older brother's existence. And the only reason why I think they were kind of close is just because he knows about Kei. So I don't know, to me that just tells me like they have talked, and maybe they were close at some point and they just kind of got out of touch in in college. But I don't know, well, I guess we'll see, we'll find out, because it seems like they were buddies at some point. I don't know if you guys got that vibe from that tiny little bit of interaction, but I certainly did. But who knows, we'll see what happens in the next few chapters. And yeah, I just really liked, I mean, come on, he was really excited to see Tsukishima as well, so yeah. Anywho, I think I'm done discussing about the little giant for now, so let's go ahead and move on about the rest of the chapter, everything else that happened. So this chapter takes place 3 hours earlier before the match started, so this is around the time that Fukurodane's match was still going on. So Kurasuno basically has like a little team meeting, and they discuss what they're gonna do next and try to figure out a game plan basically. And then we also have Samura doing like a little pep talk, and then I love this bit because Suga just like comes in every now and then, which is, I think, is so adorable. And it's just moments like this that makes me love Suga, and I feel like everyone just doesn't appreciate him as much, and we all should appreciate our little boy Suga. But anyways, that's not my point. It was just really nice to see, you know, Samura being the captain and trying to motivate these guys as best as he can, even though they are very exhausted, because as he said earlier, they just got done with the match with Nekoma, and now they're gonna have to go and face another huge thing and like another huge team. One thing that got my attention though is when they were discussing their plans was how the coach was saying, you know, yes, you guys should be worried about the little giant, but there's also another thing that you guys should be even more worried about, and that is that this team that they're gonna go up against is on another level from Daytech. So they're basically like way better, and that's kind of scary when I really think about it, because now I'm like, well, shit. Like, they struggled a little bit with Daytech, now they gotta struggle with this that's supposed to be even better than them. So this is definitely going to be an interesting match, and very, very, very difficult match for Karasuno. They're already exhausted as it is, and now they gotta go against another Iron Wall that's supposed to be like way more insane. Oh my goodness, I definitely feel bad for the boys. I feel bad for the boys, but also Yachi does make a point in this chapter that I thought was really hilarious, how she's like, where do they get their energy from? Because she seems like yes, they are tired, but at the same time, for some reason, they like get the sprout of energy, and she's just like, where do we get it? Like, is it something that we can't see? Like, what's going on? I thought that was so funny, and I was like, yes, Yachi is asking the real questions here. Another thing that I do want to mention that we find out this chapter is that Kageyama has a volleyball journal where he takes notes, and basically is something so he could take home and reflect on himself, basically, to see like where can he improve. And this just goes to show just how determined Kageyama is, at least in my opinion. And I don't know, it just made me admire Kageyama a little bit more and made me really like him even more. I don't know, it's just seeing the side of Kageyama was really, really interesting. But at the same time, I feel like we shouldn't even be surprised, because this is Kageyama. He loves volleyball a lot, and this is all that he, you know, this is basically his thing. This is like what he lives for, what he breathes for. And yeah, so it was just really interesting to hear Hinata's perspective on all this, how he said, yeah, like he was shocked too, just seeing this for the first time, but he can also see just how much Kageyama has put into volleyball, like just how much work and practice, blood, sweat, and tears went into this, and just how many years he's put, you know, volleyball first. And I also love that even though Hinata is complimenting him and, you know, admiring him, he also has to throw a little bit of shade in there. He's like, I've come to the conclusion that this is why he has no friends. I was just like, Hinata! Like, why? Like, you were having such a cute little moment there, and then you just kind of ruined it, but it's fine. This is Hinata. I love that moment though so much, because it had me dying. I was just like, oh yeah, should have seen this coming. It is Hinata after all. And I think that settles it with everything that I wanted to talk about with this chapter. As I said, a lot happened. It does take place, you know, 3 hours before the match officially starts, and they are warming up. So it looks like maybe the next chapter we'll finally get to see the match start. We'll see what happens. Like I said, I really hope that as the chapters go on, since we got the former Little Giant's introduction finally, I'm pretty sure we're gonna see him a lot more often now. And it looks like he's there for Karasuno because he heard that, you know, they made it back to nationals, but I feel like, I don't know why, but I also have a feeling that there's another reason why he's there too, but we'll see what happens. I'm really excited to see more of the Little Giant, because he's so cute, and he's still very, 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 very much a mysterious character. There's not a whole lot we know about him, so we'll see what happens. We'll see if we'll dive into his backstory finally. And yeah, so that is all I gotta say for this week's chapter. Hope you guys enjoyed hearing me ramble on, and I will see you guys for my next video. Bye!